This is an iPad Pro 9.7-inch unboxing for Christmas that I just got. Santa bought me it, so it's 32 gigs Wi-Fi. And yeah, comes with the box. Oh, this is sealed. Okay, that's... Alright. Hang on.
And now, nearly 2.5 years later, I still have this iPad Pro 9.7 inches, which I use as my main iPad alongside my iPad 7th generation, until recently when I got my iPad Air 5. And so let's see how it's been, despite me missing out on the first 3 years of it being out. Released in March 2016, the iPad Pro 9.7 inches was a cheaper and smaller alternative to the then first generation iPad Pro that's had the same normal 9.7 inch screen as most iPads back then, but had all the power of the bigger iPad Pro. However, how does it hold up nearly 6 years later? This iPad is powered by the A9X chip and delivers mediocre performance on the latest iPadOS 15. Yes, still currently supported, even though it may not get iPadOS 16, which I'll show soon. The battery life on this iPad has seen better days, lasting only around a day of normal usage, compared to my iPad 7th generation and Air 5, which can both give me up to 2 days without charging. I've even woken up after a 9 to 11 hour sleep and have found this iPad at 0% despite being at least 60% right before I went to bed, and I obviously locked it, and I did, and that was off, and that's happened multiple times to me. What did I use this iPad for? I use this iPad for watching YouTube, checking email, Twitter, Instagram, and my YouTube comments, some minor gaming occasionally, and some web browsing. So first, let's test gaming. So this is one of my favorite games from back when I was younger. I don't really play games much anymore. This right here is Train Simulator 2. I have not upgraded to the 3rd gen version. In case you never heard of this game, it's an Australian game, and it's kind of past its heyday, so that's probably why I've never heard of it. And it sure is taking a while to load. I don't want to create an account. Let's just try basic me. Yeah, why not? This is a pretty power-intensive game. As you can tell, the graphics on this thing are pretty smooth. And this thing does have sound too, but so as you can tell, most games should run just fine on this iPad. And so now let's test Instagram out on this iPad. And by the way, in case you're wondering about my YouTube Instagram profile, this is it. Yes, I do need to update my daily iPad on that. But yeah, and so now let's actually test Twitter on this iPad. As you can tell right here, this is my Twitter profile if you want to go ahead and follow me there. Now let's test YouTube on this iPad. Yeah, let's go to my channel right here. This is my YouTube channel, and let's try one of my YouTube videos. By the way, this has dual speakers, so it should sound pretty good. So, hang on, my iPad box is upside down. But, as you guys know, I've been making this iPad 7th generation alongside my iPad Pro 9.7 inches since Christmas 2019. As you can tell, you can only go up to 1080p on this iPad. There's no 4K video or anything like that. This was 2016. So, yeah, overall, that's YouTube for you. And now let's go to eBay on this iPad and search up this iPad specifically to see how much they go for secondhand, because Apple obviously does not sell this anymore. Okay, so as you can tell, So as you can tell, I go for about 200 if they work fine. So that's the price that they go for. And so yeah, and now let's go ahead and actually test out web browsing. So first let's go to google.com, just to see how good that is. As you can tell, that's okay. Now let's test out Apple's own website. As you can tell, graphics on this do look fine. And let's go to the iPad section. Let's go to iPad Pro because that does tend to be really hard on the web browser. This is running the latest iPadOS, so it should still be fine. As you can tell, it does actually work just fine. And so now let's go to the last website, which is Amazon. Amazon's actually a little bit slow on this iPad. As you saw, it took a little second to load. These kids' versions of Kindle Fires have terrible reviews, by the way. And so now let's test the cameras and microphone on this iPad to see how they work. This is back camera video right here. This is a raw microphone test. This camera is 12 megapixels and I can tell it's just around my room. There. And this is recording at 4K at 30 frames per second. Here's a sample of the front camera video with my box tower in the background and where I used to store my box tower along my Windows 7 desktop. So yeah. As you can tell, the cameras and the microphone are just okay. They're not the best, they're not the worst. And so now it's time to answer the big question. Should you purchase the iPad Pro 9 out 7 inches in 2022? Well, if you're looking for a budget tablet from around the price range of around $200, I would say probably to potentially look for a 10.5 inch iPad Pro, which goes for around the same price point, has better processor, better screen, better everything. However, if you're willing to spend a little more, you should just pick up a brand new iPad from Apple because you won't have to worry about those losing support for years to come. If you don't know which iPad model to get, they have plenty of compare charts on their website. Now I'll show you the rest of the initial unboxing footage of this iPad, which has never been seen before on YouTube, by the way, which I did make a YouTube video, but back then iMovie had a weird glitch where everything was green, so you couldn't actually see a visual, so now you'll be able to. So I hope you all enjoy watching this video. I am the iTunes Fanboy. Please interact with stuff below, including the dislike button. And 14-year-old me is saying peace out, while 11-year-old me is saying hello.
And here we are back again. What's up?
Oh my goodness.
My iPad Air one broke, which is why I am using this guy.
It's the last thing we do.
Okay, I'll skip I'll not do the set part. Thanks guys for watching.